Son shit, y'all ready?
I hope y'all are. This episode is about Pearl Moore. Yeah, you know you bringing the heat when your name Pearl. Pearl. You know what I'm saying? Pearl. Come here, Pearl. What's up, Pearl? I bet you got hands. I know you know she got hands. But anyway, that ain't even the point. Pearl Moore. Most points. Over 4,000 points in her collegiate career. That's all we gotta say. That's what this joint is today. You know what I'm saying? Word. Before we get any further in this, I want to talk about something before we let this Pearl thing play. But I also gotta say this right here. We're back, y'all. Last week was weird. We recorded it. We recorded the 2 joints for last week, and all of a sudden some malfunctions happened with the audio. There was a whole bunch of you know what I'm saying? Everything sound robotic or staticky. Then there was dropouts and drop-ins, and I don't know what was going on. Before, of course, we got the show. We do the radio show live at the Oasis out there on Legal Crime Radio. Google all that. The way I still didn't set up everything for the podcast part. I just was like, shut it down, keep it pushing. Then when it came time to do this, I just, went with the let's go. And then listened back to it. It was like, ooh, this is trash. This is garbage. What was I doing? Realized I didn't set everything up like I usually do. I usually, when the show's over, it's the setup for the next game. You know what I mean? Set up for the next process, next joint. Let's get it on. Let's get it popping. And then when that's over, you go back to the mix show process. But anyway, we were doing it, and somebody was like, yo, just re-record it. It's not that simple. Like, this isn't a TV show. This isn't something that's scripted. This isn't, it's just off the fly. Like, yo, here might be a topic I want to talk about, and who knows where I'm going to go with that. Like, stuff I said last Wednesday, Thursday, my ideas would have changed since then. So now you're not even getting that raw. You know what I'm saying? You're getting something else. So I'm just like, I don't know what to do about that. That's what happened. We recorded them joints. Like, we're going to come back around and talk about those people. It's just not going, you know how we do. I'm going to let you know, yeah, this is one of the joints I fumbled the ball on. You know, that's what we do. This is Women's Month, so it's going to be all women. Boom. So the history is going to be crazy. We giving y'all just, you know what I'm saying, I'm trying to stay away from all that slavery talk. I'm trying to stay away from all of that. And we just giving you other joints, other little nitpick, like little nuggets, you know what I mean? Something dope. That's why we got Pearl Moore. But before we get to Pearl Moore, I'm gonna tell you what I do when I walk in the door. I better stop. That's just salute to the foundation of MCs who came in the game. No matter who you think was the first rapper, salute. I have to say that. You know what I'm saying? No matter who you think is the first DJ, salute. Salute the Grandmaster Flash. I saw the Drink Champ joint, and I lied. But I still want to talk about what I'm going to talk about before I get to this. Before I get to Pearl Moore. But I have to say this, because this is what I mean. This is the beauty of hip-hop. Flash, like Fab Five Freddy, like Hollywood, like a few other dudes put it out there about Grandmaster Flowers. He put the game out there that, yo, Flowers was that dude. For hip-hop, and I remember hearing hip-hop dudes explain why they don't consider somebody like Flowers part of the game. And Flash even said it. He was a disco DJ. He didn't do what we did. Like, the music we played is what made the distinction between the disco DJs and what a hip-hop DJ was. Because they extended breaks too, but they were disco breaks. We were grabbing these funky drums from this, that funky bridge from that, you know what I'm saying, rock, jazz, funk, R&B, you know what I'm saying, and we were grabbing them joints, obscure joints, popular, if it wasn't too, you know what I mean, that's what he was saying, he was breaking that down, and that's what I mean. I think we get lost on that. And there's no disrespect to all of these dudes who was doing it. But then when you look at their resume, they were disco DJs. You know what I'm saying? Flash, Kirk, Bambaataa brought something different and unique. It wasn't the disco thing, and it was just something else that brought that element. You know what I mean? But anyway, I don't even know how I got there. Oh, the little old school rap vibe. Again, it's never no disrespect. This is how I get down. Now, where I will get ready to probably be looked at as disrespectful, I came across this thing a few days ago. Then I looked it up. Not only did I look it up, but I checked out how you want to say it? Like, I saw the joint on social media where they was talking about it on the radio. I don't even know how long ago this was. The gist of it is, and I'm going to still go through and give you more to it, but the gist of it was a woman who was a stay-at-home wife, husband, got hurt, and the money wasn't flowing like it used to. As a stay-at-home wife, what she had was escape fund, and that was all I heard on the clip. Like, the clip gave you just that much, and it was like, yo, is she wrong? Is she wrong, right, or boom, boom, boom? And everybody's going through their opinions and everything. And then I was like, yo, so I had my opinion on that. Here's the wild part. I didn't save that because I wanted to play the audio, which I'm kind of glad I didn't play the audio, because then I found the whole story. And when you find the whole story answers the questions I had already had. And then it goes to a whole extreme. It goes to a whole extreme to the point that when I thought about the part that I heard as they were saying it, and then when I read what it was, I'm like, oh, I get it now. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I just gave y'all the gist of what they were saying on the radio. This was a woman who was married for a few years. You know what I'm saying? A couple of years ago, something happened with her husband. You know what I'm saying? He got in an accident. Things won't work, and the money slowed up, lost the job. And he told his wife, you can still stay at home wife. No children. I was about to say mom. No children. Stay at home wife. He's going to work 2 jobs. He's going to really get down and grind and make this happen for them. Don't worry about it. I got you. This whole time she still is sitting on some money in the cut that she's like, oh, I'm not bringing this to the table. No, this is not coming to the table. Again, that was the extent of it. She wanted to know if she was wrong. That was the extent of it on the clip that I heard. And maybe you listening have probably come across that clip yourself or something similar. But that was it. So again, listening to what they had to say and reading the comments, the common sense hit for me. Like, I'm past all the stuff that they're talking. I'm going with my common sense. The story is, she's a 34-year-old female whose husband is 37. They have been married for 8 years. When they got married, her mother came to her and said, yo, you need to set some money aside as a rainy day, escape fund if things come to worse. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he becomes abusive, if he does this, if he becomes, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you got something to settle yourself. Like, when it's time to go, you're not leaving empty-handed. I'm not reading this out. So, now, her and her husband, they got together, they agreed that she was going to be a stay-at-home wife. You know what I'm saying? They have no child. They have nothing, no outside relationship children, nothing. You know what I'm saying? He made a comfortable mid-6-figure salary. You know what I'm saying? It was all good until about 2 years ago. He got injured at his job. It was a near-fatal accident. Between the hospital bills and the lawsuit that they lost, it ate up nearly all of their savings. She took a part-time job while he was out here recovering. He got recovered. He was fully recovered. Transitioned back into being, you know what I'm saying, from being unemployed. He was like, yo, don't work. I got this. He's working 2, count them, 2. Even the radio joint said 2 full-time jobs, and he Ubers on the side. You know what I'm saying? On his off days to keep everybody afloat. Now, that's where that stopped. Now, here's the extra paragraphs that I guess they didn't come across or whatever didn't happen. Here is where I might be the a-hole. I do all of the expense managing, and I continue to put money away in the escape account. Although It's went down a bit. You know what I'm saying? It went from 750 to 200. I'm back to paraphrasing. You know what I'm saying? The husband came in and was like, yo, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? We probably need to downsize and fall back a little bit. Basically live to what we make. She said nah. She's like, nah. We built this, we gonna keep this. Now I'm like, again, I'm gonna tell y'all when I'm finished all this, I'm gonna give you my 2 joints. And you know what I'm saying? We not cutting back. You know what I'm saying? And the argument began about the finances. He was confused when he had saw on a regular occurrence that there was withdrawals leading years back, way back. You know what I'm saying? She broke down and revealed that she's been putting money away, you know what I'm saying, that has now accumulated to being $47,000. After all of that, he broke down and started sobbing. His point of view was he was being treated like, yo, what am I, evil? You saving money to the side, like in case something jump off. And she told him, nah, it ain't just about you. It would have been that way with anybody. He left the crib, went to go stay with the brother. Her mom, who told her to put that money up, is now like, see, you should bounce. It ain't gonna get no better from here. Take that money and hit the road. Now, here's the thing I'm gonna tell y'all. When I heard the part on the radio where it was like, yo, I had this money and I'm doing this and this and that. Am I wrong for not putting that money into the thing? Number one question everybody was asking was, where did she get the money from? Where did the money come from? Some people just assume, you know, she was one of them middle class people who people was like, yo, take this, have this in the cut just in case. You know what I'm saying? It go bad, you got something to fall back on. Don't completely rely on this man. That was the thought of a lot of people. So everybody had their vibes. You know, nah, she ain't wrong. It's all good. If that's what he want to do, that's what he want to do. Yeah, she wrong. She should throw that money in the mix and help out. Again, nobody really knew what that money was. They just heard her say that because on the radio, that's how the radio gave it. Maybe that's all they read was half of the story. Who knows? My first initial thought was, she's wrong, but she's not wrong for holding back the money. She's wrong for not telling my man, hey, I got you. This is what we need to do. And I'm assuming they own their house. I'm assuming they own the cars. Fall back a little bit. You don't need to be working that. We own this. This is ours. Property tax is all we got to worry about, and utilities. We don't have to go out that much anymore. We don't have to go to all these events. And, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If they're the type of couple, because again, no kids, so you can kick it all every weekend. You know what I'm saying? Go to this event. Go to that event. So-and-so coming to town. So-and-so going over here. We gonna get it in. Let's go. Let's go to all these concerts. Let's go to all these events. Let's go to this. Maybe we fall back and we make it a quarterly thing. That's the big event we want to go through, that summer, you know what I'm saying, that summer festival that's coming to town around June. We're going to go to that. You want to take that trip over here around Christmas time? Let's go to that. You want to do, like, make it a quarterly event versus we probably go out twice a month, once a month. Make it, you know what I'm saying, and hold that paper in. That's what I figured, you know what I'm saying, because in my mind, if he was prideful enough to get the recovery and go, I got it, I'm back on my feet, don't worry. I already knew, again, not knowing the whole picture, he's not going to take that money. The pride won't let him take that money because in my mind, the way the video I saw it played it out, that was her money that she was coming in with. Like she had that money already. That was just in the cut. You know what I mean? So I'm thinking, yeah, pride ain't going to let that man take that paper. He going to be like, nah, I don't want that. We will figure something out. Maybe we'll just, and in my mind, she just didn't go, we probably need to fall back on some stuff. That's what I was thinking. Now, I've read this whole thing. I've said this whole thing to you guys. 2 things I'm realizing, and I'm going to tell you the first thing first. 1, this is not real. I'm sorry. It's not real. It's not a real thing. And I'm going to tell you why I know it's not a real thing. I just basically paraphrase most of this thing. You can find this online anywhere. Just type it in. You could type the joint in, you know what I mean? Not once, even when you heard the people say it on the radio show as they were looking for feedback from the listeners, as I read it, I never saw the word love. My man almost died. I never saw. I felt devastated. Thank God that, you know what I'm saying, he survived. Love was not there. I love him with all my heart. Nothing that gives you the vibe that there was love was in that. This felt like, reading that this was a business move for her. Like, this dude might have been pursuing her and he wasn't he wasn't in her mind. And then she looked at her options and her mama was like, girl, the dude that you into versus the dude that is into you, that's the best pick. You better run with that. You better run where it go down at. That's hey, he doing something. You better ride. You better ride. Like, I never saw love at all in this. Like I said, you could Google this joint up. The way I wrote in, woman wants to know if she's wrong for having an escape fund or something like that, right? You can Google that. Read it yourself. You'll see. Love is not there. This comes off like it is an arrangement more than a beautiful relationship. Reading that, I felt nothing. Now that I'm reading it, thinking, this is fake. This can't be real. This is not a real relationship. This is somebody, which is what everybody's doing now, coming up with hypotheticals, or they're going through the motions, or they're doing things to spark conversation. This is a conversation piece. Everything about this is crazy. The fact that your man almost lost his life. As y'all heard, she said she was keeping them afloat with a part-time job. This brother gets well and he's working 2 full-time jobs and he's doing Uber. So how much were you getting paid at your part-time job? What was your part-time job? OnlyFans? What was it that you were doing part-time that was keeping y'all afloat? And this man got to work 2 full-time jobs to rock. You see what I'm saying? Like, the more, like, once I read it, the logic of this story died. The logic of this whole joint disintegrated. I'm like, nah, this don't make no sense. Hold on. You worked the part-time job, keeping everything straight while this man was in recovery. This man is fully recovered and he's working 2 jobs, 2 full-time jobs. And on his off days, he Uber. On his off days, he Uber. First of all, when you got 2 full-time jobs, you really don't have an off day. Like, you can, even if you want to go out your way and work it where your 16 hours are all on the same 5 days, those 2 days you're off, you ain't trying to do too much of anything. You know what I'm saying? You just want to spend time with family, rest and family. And then you got to hope that those 2 days are back to back, because God knows if it's one here and then there's another one down the line, there really isn't any time. Like, there's no, like, because you're trying to catch up and do real life stuff within those 2 days because you're working 16 hours a day. And on his off days, he Uber. It's unbelievable. I'm not saying people don't do it. I'm saying a man who supposedly almost died. And then it's a part where she says, hey, he's putting too much stress on his body and stuff like this. Can we fall back a little bit? And she says no. First of all, if your woman, again, loved you, she's the one telling you need to fall back. You ain't got to think about that. She's going, dude, what are you doing? No. Almost lost you once. We ain't, no, fall back. The fact that he had to bring that up and go, maybe we should cut back. And she said no. What? Nah. None of that sounds real. None of that sounds like a relationship where there's love involved. Either this is completely fictitious or this is an arranged situation where old boy probably knows what he was getting into and she definitely knows what she was getting into. It has to be one or the other. It's not a loving relationship. You know what I'm saying? That's just real. Now, the other part of it is she was the one overseeing the expenses, so she was holding back money and sliding it in the cut. She was embezzling from this man. So technically, that's still his money. That's what he's upset about. Hold on. You don't do nothing but stay home, and you got the nerve to Withhold from me? Like, you withholding my money from us. Just in case something go wrong, you gonna escape with my money. Because you didn't bring nothing to the table. Look, we on that Orange Juice Jones. Yo, you get up out of here and leave with what you came with. They're your clothes that you came in with. The stuff that you had. I bought everything because you don't have a job. That's right. You gonna leave out of here with them pajama pants, some slippers, no underwear, no bra, and an old t-shirt. I kept that in the cut. Here that old t-shirt go. That's what you get. You get that. You don't get the, And I'm gonna drop you off at the bus stop. I was the only person working. We got 2 cars. That's my car too. You ain't got nothing. Out of here. And then here's the wild part. My man respectfully went and stayed with his brother. He stayed with his brother. He left the house that he finances, put together. And she's like, all she did was decorate it, make it a home. I made it a home. Wouldn't be a home if I weren't working. Where we at? And then the mama said, yeah, you should bail. That's what I'm talking about. See, it ain't gonna be good now. You should bounce. Either this is completely 100% fake, or they knew what they were getting into, and maybe dude felt that as time went by, there will be some actual real emotion involved, and what happened, and then this conversation takes place, and he realizes, oh, we still here. We're still at the gates. We're still on step 1. We will never be anything past that. That's probably why they don't even have kids. Because they understand this house isn't made with love. This relationship doesn't have love involved. Oh, we ain't bringing, no, we're good. I need me. And he's like, he has already accepted that. That was his way of getting in. Girl, I provide for you. And she's like, oh, I'm selfish. I don't want kids. It's me. He got hurt. He out here struggling to try to keep us everything afloat. And he's like, yo, mom's like, bail. They're married. If I'm not mistaken, ain't that a part of the vows? Sickness and health, do better and worse, or, all that, rich or poor. And mama like, take what you got and hit the bricks. First of all, the little money that she got ain't even enough. So she was taking, for years, $700 a month. For years, $700 a month. They've been together for 8 years, right? 5 of those years gets you over 40. And while everything was going on, she dropped it down to 2. So they were together for 8 years. 6 years. Now, 8 years, that means for 2 years, he was hurt on some end of the 2 years. I'm going to say, let's go. She said they were together for 8 years, and 2 years ago, that happened. So the last 2 years, so for 6 years, but she only has 47. The math don't add up. 5 gets you 40-something. 6 gets you 50, but she only has 47. In the last 2 years, she gets to doing 2-something, and that's all she came away with. I'm lost. So either she's been doing it for 6 years, she was doing it for 5 years, they gave her the 40, and then that's where the 250 come in. The last couple of years, like the math don't add up. Where 47,000 was what her take was. It doesn't add up. This is a made up story. Why? Like now we are to the point everything is made up. You see arguments, you're like, oh, they just doing this. You see somebody at the restaurant going, this dude I'm on a date with, it's fake. It's fake. It's fake because no real person is gonna let you do that. Everything is now for consumption and for conversation. None of this is real. So now you can't even take people like writing stories and I need some help. Tell me, am I wrong? Like, nah, this is corny. The logic don't make sense. You never said you loved that man. That while he was recovering to keep everything straight, you had a part-time job. This man, to keep everything going after he recovers, is doing 2 full-time jobs and working on Uber and doing the Uber thing on his days off. You were taking his money and ciphering it off into an escape fund. And the man goes, yo, what's good? Why we doing this? Again, either this is fake or this is a relationship where they knew their role and they understood what was going on. And when that happened to him, he figured, we'll now be emotionally attached. This is now going to be a real relationship. This is not going to be something that is just about finances and security. This is going to be us now. And then she was like, nah, that's still what it was. These are already established, agreed upon things. Those aren't relationships. Those are business moves. Anyway, man, this is about Pearl Moore. This ain't about whoever this broad is. Or dude. Who knows? A dude might have. I don't even. Again, the whole thing just makes absolutely no sense. But anyway, this is what we do. This is how we get down. Pearl Moore, basketball great. I don't even know if she's in the Hall of Fame. I don't. Like Basketball Hall of Fame. She should be. It is what it is. This is how we get down. Thank y'all for listening. East Coast, West Coast, worldwide, Lost Boys. Let's get into it. Yes. Hey, look, we live, baby. So look, it's wild because there's a lot of smoothed out, mellow female joints dropping all day. I make my point because we gon' don't stop, can't stop, get it, with you with it. Don't stand on the hounds on get down, ziggy, zong, and you know about the get song. I'm playing. Don't do that in real life, y'all. But anyway, this is that time of the night. We gonna do what we gotta do. Cause I'm gonna tell y'all now, this is what we get down with. Like, I don't know if y'all are peeping female basketball. Like this Caitlyn chick. Caitlin Clark broad is out here devastating the game. You know what I'm saying? Oh, snap. My bad. We ain't even do it like this. Hold on. I'm about to get into what I was about to do without the right way. Hold on. Look. Bring the beat in. I'm playing, y'all. Dougie Fresh, salute. This moment in Black history. Now, as I was saying, I'm pretty sure you have to be living under a rock to not hear about Caitlin Clark. This chick's name is everywhere. Her name rings bells. And it's been that way for about at least, this would be like at least 2 years. It really started taking, like, it was whispers not last year, but the year before. Last year, it was crazy. Like last year, you couldn't avoid it. This year, they're like, yo, she broke records. Matter of fact, somebody was even like, yeah, man, she even like Pistol Pete joint. She's out here getting it in. All of that is great. I don't even know where her number's at. I might have to, like, while we talking right now, look her number up. Just to tell y'all, just to give y'all a idea of where she is with her points. You know what I'm saying? She passed Pistol Pete like 3 days ago. You know what I'm saying? So now it's like, what is this? I don't even know what the scoring record is. I don't even know. Like, they just talk about how she passed Pistol Pete. Like, they ain't even talking about chicks no more. They just like, yo, she out here with the most points and all this and all that. But here's a sad piece of history that I think it's a crime when we're talking about greatness that this female is giving you. Let's not keep it real. Let's do it like this. When you don't acknowledge everything, it's a crime. Baseball even figured that out at some point, right? When they was like, yo, we out here doing a lot of love for baseball, but the Negro League, there's some dudes who had some joints. And baseball, I think, have just figured out how to, they've been trying to figure out a way to include the Negro League's stats, even though some of it isn't really jotted down because they were playing so many times a day. But this ain't about baseball because I was about to go there. But with that being said, there is a female by the name of Pearl Moore who was was out here at Francis Marlins University, you know what I'm saying, and the Anderson Junior College, you know what I'm saying, she scored 4,061 points between 75 and 79. That's 1975 and 1979. She came in with that. But here's the sad thing. This was back in, like I said, the 70s. The NCAA didn't start recognizing women's basketball as being part of whatever till 81. So it's like they're actually not even gonna go back and go, but you know, there's this right here. That's the injustice of the game. You know what I mean? And again, this is not to take anything from Caitlin Clark, because yo, what you're doing is phenomenal. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's phenomenal. But let's not act like there's something out there that she will never touch. You know what I'm saying? We talking craziness. We talking realness right here. You know, and this is without the three-point line too, by the way. So imagine that. You know what I'm saying? Now let's get into Shorty. You know what I'm saying? The great. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into her joint. She was born out there in South Carolina. She played basketball. She began playing basketball while she was attending the Wilson High out there. You know what I'm saying? She earned the MVP rights in 75. You know what I'm saying? She was also in the Junior Olympics in 76. You know what I'm saying? She was basically that chick. Her whole college career, like she went into the Anderson Junior College for one semester, you know what I'm saying? And she came away with like 177 points in 8 games. Then she found herself out there in I'm tripping. Dang. Anyway, I'm about to be like that Kevin Garnett joint when he was like, and it won't nothing but the equivalent. Anyway, Francis Marion University. You know what I'm saying? Because of the ARAW rules, she was immediately eligible to play for the remaining of the 75-76 season on campus with the Patriots. The head coach reflected on Moore's ability, like, yo, she was outside, inside. She could handle the ball. She drew the fouls. You know what I'm saying? I saw her wait on the defense to catch up with her so she could draw the foul and make a three-point play. She was ahead of her time in that type of joint. I'm basically paraphrasing while reading the quote at the same time. That's how gangsta I am. Sometimes you got to do that, you know what I mean? Just to bring that feeling of what you do to it. You know what I mean? Because side note, I was one of them dudes, I hated reading in class. Remember they used to be like, everybody get a chapter, everybody get a paragraph or a couple of sentences. Then they'd be like, your turn, and I'd do the super dumb move on them. And I'm going to take that same quote, and I'm going to give it to y'all the way I used to do that during the school, and that would keep me from reading anymore. She was outside, inside. She could handle the ball, draw fouls. I saw her wait for the defense to catch up with her. She would draw fouls and make a three-point play. Teacher be like, oh, okay. Next. Never got asked again. That's all you gotta do sometimes. Be like, yeah. Excellence is just too crazy. Sometimes you gotta go with mediocrity just to stay out the mix sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, don't be asking me now. I ain't even trying to pay attention to this class. Anyway, I just want to do the test and pass it. But anyway, you know what I'm saying? She was out here getting it in. You know what I'm saying? She was doing what she was doing. She was making these points. She was that chick. And, you know, and again, there was no, she was like, I'm trying to say, like, right around the 80s, there was a somewhat of a wannabe basketball professional league. And she played for the New York Stars. You know what I'm saying? But that was a short-lived joint. She even made the All-Star game, you know, when the thing folded. She did like most people. She went somewhere else and played, and she had a professional career out there in Venezuela. That's what I'm talking about. There's always something else out there, and that something else out there is the great Pearl Moore, who was a problem on them basketball courts. You know what I'm saying? She was a problem out there. Come on, we talking 4,000 points. 4,000 points in college. Come on, man. What? No three-point lines back then. They ain't had no three-point lines back then. Was knocking them down. The only way she was getting 3 points was making the foul, catching up with him, having him foul her so she can get that extra boom boom. Greatness. And again, I have yet to see any real sports people bring that up. They don't bring that up. It's almost like they're told not to bring that up. Yeah. And that's not I don't want nobody to think as I'm saying this as a race thing. That's not what it is they want to amplify the greatness of what Carolyn Clark is doing, and salute to that. But let's please, let's not overlook the fact that Pearl Moore was out here killing them back in the day. Pearl Moore has a great record that will not be broken. Let's get into this music, man. Let's do what we do. No time for looking back, it's done. Another one, another two, another way we move. I'm like, I played that Redman joint. That joint been in my mind for a minute. When we talk about disrespectful lines, my man said, hold on. My man said, got you hollering like Marvin Gaye when his father shot him in the chest. What? Oh my God, yo. I remember hearing that joint. Look, that whole Muddy Waters album is classic hip hop. But that joint, so salute to Jamal, Marley G, whatever you want to call himself. My man is a problem. My man has always been a problem. And I think, you know what I'm saying, the industry, I don't know why, you know what I'm saying, like there's always these dudes on the sideline that are beasts. They don't get the shine they deserve. Killer Sin and Wu-Tang. Every track Killer Sin jumped on, he ate it. You know what I'm saying? Nature joint, but with Nature, it's a little, you kind of understood what was going on with Nature. But Nature, Sauce Money is another one. You put Sauce Money on a record, he was killing it. Like, was the Reservoir Dogs with Jay-Z, Lox, and all them? Yo, he said he took something like Adolf. He murdered the whole month of April just to take May off. I don't know. Yeah. Bars. You know what I'm saying? Like these dudes that were just in the cut that don't get that shine all the time, man. There's some dudes out here that was nasty. And yo, but when Redman said I got him hollering like Marvin Gaye when his father shot him in the chest. Oh my God. Anyway, that ain't even what I'm here to do. We here to get ready to get up out of here, man, and let y'all have a nice night and have all this dope. Let me say it another time. One more again. Dope R&B music. When I tell y'all, I don't look, man. I'll be out here. I'm doing Women's Month for my Sunday Soul Session, all female joints. I get a lot of these females that y'all hearing on these joints. You know what I'm saying? Outside of what will be coming up, I think maybe this Sunday, country music, all black country females. Yeah, Beyonce ain't the first. She ain't gonna be the last. Let's you know what I mean? But anyway, bangers. A lot of the females I've been rocking with, again, salute the Bad Boy G and Lisa, because they also be bringing a lot of heat to the game. And I'm like, yo, peeping who they peeping. And I'm like, yo, this is dope. Yeah. But the artists that come on, I'm like, yo, I'm checking these artists. Salute the independent artists. This is what y'all gotta do. This is what we do. Keep it popping, man. Yo, because that's where the real music at. The real music is on the independent circuit. I mean, I get it. Sometimes you want to be down with what's popular, but I'm just telling you that freedom to just do what you want to do and explore and be creative. I might sound like I'm out here on something else. Off the soapbox, bro. Get off the soapbox. But anyway, it's that time of the night for we to do what we do, and so we do what we do. We be like this. They say you only live once. That's a lie. You only die once. So anytime that Yo God allows you to get out here and continue your journey, please show the world the best version of you. Y'all be safe. Peace.
This is a Soul of Art presentation.